Every great story in the NBA hides a secret. Behind the lights, the cheers, and the highlight reels, there are whispers. Some players rise to fame because of hype, others because of drama. But then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a superstar who seems to be hiding in plain sight. He scores at will, he defends with fire, and he walks with the quiet confidence of a king who doesn't need a crown. And yet, something doesn't add up. Why is Shai, despite playing at an MVP level, still treated like an afterthought? Why does the league, the media, and even some of his peers act like he's not one of them? Is it because he plays in Oklahoma City, far from the glamour of LA and New York? Is it because he avoids drama, headlines, and controversy? Or is it something darker? A shadow in the NBA no one dares to admit: jealousy. In today's investigation, we go deep, past the numbers, past the highlight reels, into the truth the NBA doesn't want you to know. This is the hidden story of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at Shai or the NBA the same way again. The silent superstar. Shai wasn't supposed to be here. He wasn't the top draft pick. He wasn't crowned the next big thing on day one. But step by step, year by year, he built himself into a force. Now, he's a player who can give you 30 points without breaking a sweat. A leader who dragged a young Thunder squad back into playoff relevance. And he did it without the drama, without the headlines, without the noise. But in the NBA, silence doesn't sell. And that's where the problem begins. Media blind spot. Turn on ESPN. Scroll through social media. You'll see endless debates about Luka, Tatum, Embiid, and Jokic. Shai, he's often the last name mentioned, if he's mentioned at all. Why? Because Shai doesn't fit the media's narrative machine. He's not out there starting fights on Twitter. He's not feeding reporters juicy sound bites. And when a player doesn't feed the machine pretends he's not there. StephenASmith once admitted, "I don't think Shai gets enough credit for what he's doing in OKC. Even the loudest voices in basketball media know he's being overlooked." And here's the uncomfortable truth. Some of that is intentional. Hidden jealousy. Let's get real. When Shai entered the league, no one thought he'd be this good. He wasn't hyped like Zion. He wasn't crowned like Wemby. So when he started dominating, a lot of players didn't like it. Think about it. How would you feel if a guy you barely noticed suddenly became the face of clutch scoring? If the player everyone overlooked was now taking your spotlight? Jealousy. It's an ugly word, but it's real. And in NBA locker rooms, it spreads like wildfire. Style, swagger, and envy. Some players hate that, because in the NBA, image is everything. And Shai, without even trying, became one of the most stylish athletes in the world. To some of his peers, that's intimidating. It's not just that Shai is better than them on the court. He's also cooler than them off it. And jealousy grows. Why fans turn on him. Here's where it gets twisted. Even fans are guilty of underrating Shai. Scroll through NBA Twitter. You'll find people saying he's not a real MVP candidate. Or he only looks good because he plays in OKC. But look at the numbers. Top 5 in scoring, elite defense, efficiency through the roof. Fans hate what they don't understand. And when a player climbs too fast, too quietly, people look for excuses. That's jealousy too. The superstar's shadow. Here's the paradox. In a league filled with stars desperate for attention, Shai stands apart. He doesn't scream. He doesn't beg for headlines. He just destroys you on the court and walks away. And in a strange way, that threatens the system. Because if Shai can become a superstar without playing the media game, what does that say about the guys who spend every day chasing clout? It exposes them, and they don't like it. Expert voices. Listen to JJ Redick. Shai plays the game the right way. He's efficient, he's unselfish, and he's a killer when he needs to be. Kendrick Perkins? This man is an MVP candidate, and people better start respecting him. The experts know, the former players know, but the system still resists. Why? Because admitting Shai is that good means admitting they were wrong about him. And egos in the NBA don't like being wrong. The jealousy factor exposed. When you put it all together, the media's silence, the fashion envy, the peers who underestimated him, the fans who refuse to admit he's elite. It all points to one word: jealousy. Shai isn't just fighting opponents on the court. He's fighting a league that doesn't know how to handle a superstar who refuses to play by their rules. And that is why he's disrespected. What's next? Here's the kicker. Jealousy doesn't stop greatness. In fact, it fuels it. Every night, Shai takes the court and reminds the NBA why ignoring him is a mistake. Every shot, every clutch moment, every win. And soon, they won't be able to deny him. The truth revealed. So what's the truth? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isn't underrated because of bad luck. He isn't overlooked because of Oklahoma City. He's underrated because the league, the media, and even his peers are jealous. They see him as the mirror they don't want to face, the player they didn't expect, the superstar they didn't prepare for. And that's why history will look back on Shai differently, not just as a great player, but as the man who rose above the whispers, the envy, and the shadows to claim his crown. This is the hidden truth about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.